What's going on, guys? Today I got a 2017 Indian Roadmaster Classic. From what I remember, I've only done one of these before. If I remember right, the front was actually a little harder than the back, excluding taking the exhaust and the mufflers off. Uh, Unfortunately, as far as I know, you have to take the mufflers off on this one. But the hard part is wiggling the damn things off. Other than that, uh, pretty straightforward. Let me take a look at the bike. I do like the color of the leather very much. But the saddlebags, even the saddlebags were a little difficult. They got like these, let's see here, it's white. They got these rubber bushings, and when you thread it, it expands, sucks this in, expands them out. But then you got this little metal bracket that kind of, there's a groove right here that it hooks into, so it's kind of like, hard to, I think the last guy did. So it's kind of hard to get those things. I didn't realize it was like that, get them off. I think the last guy that I did, he was nice enough to take them off for me, so I didn't have to deal with them. So anyways, let's learn together and let's do this. Alright, guys, as far as taking these mufflers off, there's three, you got two bolts here, you get a clamp here for the muffler to the header pipe, and also you get a hose clamp type that holds this heat shroud to the muffler. So it's a 9/16, half inch, and I think this is 1/4 inch. I should say, yes, 1/4 inch. So half inch, 9/16, and 1/4 inch for the hose clamp. And then now we'll get these loose. Two bolts are back here. Actually, yeah, there's two back here. Okay. Take this off. I got a small extension, a deep well to get too close to the tire, and I don't know if I can get in there with a shallow or with a standard size socket. Let's get started. Okay, the antenna bracket goes between the frame and the muffler. There's your two bolts. Alright. This bolt here is what I'm looking to loosen the clamp. And then there's a hose clamp right here, but you gotta get to it from the bottom. Take our 1/4 inch. Now loosen that up. Let's try to get this puppy off. What I like to do is give it a couple big yanks to kind of open up, and then kind of move it around, and then little wiggles. Sometimes twisting helps too as you wiggle. Yeah, we've already moved a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, guys. First thing we're going to do is take this caliper off, a 5/16 Allen. I'm going to take the caliper, kind of spread it open, roll it out. I'm going take 1 1/16 socket. Got our axle nut, our adjustment block. I'm going to tap the axle in. So it's going so smoothly. I'm taking an extension here. Trying to tap it out as far as I can. That feels good. Let's go to the other side. Here's our axle on the other side here. Slide it out. There. Take my belt off. Like so. All I'm gonna do is kick out the bottom. Like that. There goes that bracket. There we go. We have a spacer. There's a spacer in this drive hub. We're going to take the whole drive hub off. Some persuasion. Woo, there we go. Got some rubber isolators. Ta-da. Alright, let's go try to do the front. Alright guys, let's do the front. Now, for some reason, a 1/2 inch is fitting pretty snug on these nuts. 13 millimeter fits a little better. We got some nuts and washers. So back here we got a bolt. I can't get to it with my socket, so I'm going to have to use a 10 millimeter ratchet or wrench. I should say, not ratchet. There's a little bolt. Here's your cover. There's our caliper. We're going to take our 17 millimeter and take the mounting hardware off of the caliper. Now before I take this bolt all the way out, or before the bolt came all the way out, I'm going to support the bracket. I don't want to drop it and hit the fender. Kind of come down with it. Give it a twist, open it up. Is this thing gonna be able to come out? Might not. I don't think this one. Okay. There we go. There's a little notch right there. Yeah, that's where you want to be. Take it out. I like to put them in a Crown Royal bag. There you go. Get off to the side. I'm gonna go do the other side real quick. Alright guys, now we're going to take care of the axle here. On the other side, you're going to have to cut one of the zip ties for the, I forget what they call this, the lamp on the fender and also your ABS sensor wire. You cut the zip tie loose in order to get the caliper out. So we're going to take a 6 millimeter, going to loosen up these 2 pinch bolts. You don't have to take them out. Now we're going to take a 14 millimeter Allen head for the axle. There we go. What I like to do is lift up on the bike to kind of simulate, the weight of the wheel coming off. If it tips back really easy, you might want to make some adjustments or strap the bike down or something. So, this lift up the wheel. There. Both our spacers fell out. Maybe the third time's a charm. Keep raising the bike up. So, turn the forks, kick the bottom out like we did the rear. There we go. Now, if you can't do it that way, you can probably take out these two front bolts on the fender, and the fender might lift up and it'll pivot on the back. I'd loosen up the back bolt, but I wouldn't take it out and allow this fender to pivot and kind of kick it out. I'm going to change these tires out, come back, show you how to put everything back together. Time to put it back in. Let's see. Now, first thing you do is make sure the tires go in the correct direction. These wheels have ABS sensor rings, it's on the other side, so it's really easy to tell which way it's going. If not, there should be an arrow casted in the wheel somewhere. It tells you the direction of forward. There we go. Now, I'm going to lower the bike down. Now we take our wheel spacers, stick them in. Forward. I'm going to kind of hold them in place with my thumbs and grab the bottom of the rotors to see if I can't lift up the wheel. Oops. Holding the spacers in place. Okay. Foot's underneath the wheel. Got our axle. There we go. There we go. Ta-da. Nice. Again, take our 14 millimeter Allen, tighten it down. Alright. Take our 6 millimeter Allen. We're going to tighten the outside first, the inside, and then retighten the outside, and that's it. They don't have to be super tight. Take our calipers. We're going to check our brake pads. What I did is I spread them open just a little bit more to help get them on. And we're going to take this block part right here. It's going to go in this notch on your fender. We're going to have it. We're going to roll it on. Line up our brake pads over the rotor. There we go. Grab your caliper bolts. Start them by hand always. Before using any power tools or hell, even hand tools. Okay. Now, we're going to take our cover. We get a hole right here, and then this is the threaded part that bolt goes into. Put these over the studs. We got 2 washers. 2 acorn style nuts. and then our bolt. Fish it back here and line everything up. Nope, nope. Oh, there we go. See how it goes up. There we go. I'm going to do the other side. Alright, now that we got the other side on, don't forget to put your zip tie on. Spin the wheel, make sure it spins good. Pump your brakes up. Spin. There we go. And these are tight, that's tight, these are tight. Caliper bolts are tight. That little bolt's tight. We're good. Let's go do the back. Alright guys, time to do the back. Again, check your rotation, we're good. It's obvious on this one, you know, you've got a drive side and a brake side. So we're going to put our rubber isolators back in. There we go. Take our drive hub, put that in. Hopefully that's in all the way. I don't know. We're going to go put her in. Same way we took them off. I forgot to put the spacer on the other side. Alright, back. While I was over there, I put that caliper bracket in. Apparently there's an oval cut out in the bracket, and then in the inside of the swing arm there's a square block. That oval needs to go over the square block. Probably best to do it before you get the wheel all the way up in there. Let's finish dropping this thing. Our spacer on the other side kind of came out a little bit and was blocking it from going forward anymore. So we're going to take the belt, roll it around the top, work our way around. I need to go down just a little bit more. Make sure your bike's in neutral, it makes it easier. This way your belt can spin if it needs to. Push my adjuster forward, got my wheel pulled back. Let's see if I can line this up. Let's go down the bike a little bit more. There we go. Welcome. There we go. Go down. There you go. Sometimes you get lucky, wiggle the wheel back and forth. Oh, get that caught. Make sure everything's lined up. I think I'm inside the caliper bracket now. There we go. Let's go to the other side. I made sure it went through our adjustment. So, grab our adjustment block, or spacer, and a nut. We're going to take our 2 caliper bolts. Check our brake pads, looking good. Make sure they're spread out. Roll it on. Make sure the pads go on the rotor correctly. Again, always start your hardware by hand. Unlock. There we go. Okay. That was 5/16, 1/116. What I'm going to do is just get the nut just where it starts to snug. Grab my rubber mallet and hit the back of the wheel, kind of push everything forward. But since it's snug, it's not going to just flop around. I want to tighten it down. Alright, put our exhaust back on. Make sure your clamp is at least flush with the end of the muffler. Take it, wiggle it on. Got that hose clamp to deal with. Why is it getting in the way? I see. I'll lock that up. Oh. They're usually easier getting on than off, I'll tell you that. There we go. Wow, if only they came off that easy. I swear. I'm going to take these 2 bolts here, get them started. Okay. Grab my 1/2 inch, tighten these down. Alright. Grab my 9/16, tighten down this hose clamp. Take our 1/4 inch and tighten up this hose clamp. And that'll be super tight. Let's go do the other side. Oh, this rubber piece. It goes in there. Come on. Let's try through the tube first and then down. There we go. Alright, let's go do the other side now. I don't know if you remember this one. Our antenna bracket. It's actually got a slot right here, so what we're going to do is we're going to start the bottom bolt to start it. And right there. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Grab our other bolt, get it handy. Slide that slot in there. there. And we're going to start the other bolt. I always say don't start stuff with the power tool, but the antenna's kind of in the way. I can't get a good grip on this bolt. I'm going to go real slow. There we go. Tighten it down. There we go. Gotta grab a short one. There we go. In my glove. There we go. 1/4 inch. Not too tight. Pump the brakes up. Spin the wheel. Get it up in the air first. Spin the wheel. I just gotta put these saddlebags on and ready for a spin. There you go, guys. 2017 Indian Roadmaster Classic. Showed you how to take both wheels off and on. A little bit of difficulty, not too much, but you know, being it's probably my second time doing it. But again, just took my time and kind of looked at things and whatnot. So for the most part, guess it wasn't too hard. Yeah. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below. Just be gentle, please. And make sure you subscribe for more. And I do have more trip videos coming up. So stay tuned, alright? Adios.